today you're going to be taking notes about special parallelograms and one non-parallelogram. What you're going to need for these notes is one marker, and you're going to need to set up your notes as follows. You'll have to separate your marker here. It looks like it's about 1.5 inches over to create that column. You'll have to reserve 8 lines, 9 lines, 8 lines, and then whatever's left over will be for our last shape. Your daily agenda should be glued in, but please glue it in so that you can be writing underneath it. If you're watching this video, then you are a rhombus, and rhombuses will be writing on the second row. So just to reiterate, make sure you take your notes in the 9-line section. So now, just to remind you, again, on the second row, we're going to write down the name of our picture. You are the rhombus, and please copy this rhombus. This is the same picture from 5-2 notes. And what I'd like you to do right now is, using your pen or your pencil, you're going to write down these characteristics. What makes a rhombus a rhombus? So one of those things is that a rhombus has 4 sides. That's pretty basic. The opposite sides are parallel. That's not drawn in the picture, so let's put that in. So you can draw those double arrows. Opposite sides are congruent. In fact, they're all the same in a rhombus. Opposite angles are congruent. That's shown here. Angle B is congruent to angle B. Angle A is congruent to angle A. The diagonals bisect each other. Now that's not drawn in, so let's go ahead and connect corner to corner, corner to corner. That means they cut each other in half. And same side interior angles are supplementary. So that means that angle A plus angle B is 180 degrees. Now I asked you to have a marker out. We're actually going to add 3 different things that makes a rhombus, more specifically a rhombus. So one of those criteria is that all the sides are congruent, just like a square. Next, that this is actually a theorem. So from theorem, I believe it's 514. From theorem 514, it says the diagonals, not only do they bisect each other, the diagonals are perpendicular. Okay, we're going to add that one in. And our last one, this is another theorem. This is theorem 515. Theorem 515 says diagonals. This is a lot that happens with the diagonals of this shape. The diagonals bisect 2 angles. Okay, now this is a lot to add in there, so what I'm going to do is add this to my list, and then we'll add it to our picture as well. So in blue, I'm going to go ahead and make my boxes here. So all the sides are congruent. That's already listed. The diagonals are perpendicular. That means these are all right angles. Go ahead and add that in as well. Now this is a new one. Diagonals bisect 2 angles. I'm only going to show this on one side. Now this diagonal right here is cutting this angle in half and also this angle in half. That means that this portion is congruent to this portion, the same as this portion is congruent to this portion. Make sure you bring your diagram and your list of characteristics of a rhombus back to your group.